Governor John Kasich recently signed Senate Bill 5 of Ohio. There's been a lot of anxiety lately over Senate Bill 5 from public employees, especially teachers. Concern has been high over wages, collective bargaining, and health benefits. Rallies have been held across the state with mixed emotions over the bill, those that are for Senate Bill 5 and those that just happen to be against. So I decided to ask some education majors at Miami University what they know about Senate Bill 5.
I don't know much about Senate Bill 5, but I know it'll affect me as a teacher. It limits my bargaining rights as a teacher. The Ohio Senate wants to limit the growth of government. Why does that only affect certain jobs, especially teachers?
So, from what I understand of Senate Bill 5, is it is attacking collective bargaining of public workers. The interesting thing is that it took away public workers' right to strike, which, I think is a whole First Amendment issue, because it's freedom for an assembly to, it's taking away our rights. If we're being treated unfairly and we have no way to strike, then the injustice will just continue. I understand it's a very complicated issue, so I don't know. It'd just be interesting to see how it develops.
Another big thing with it is healthcare is no longer a negotiable topic. You can't negotiate your healthcare benefits. It's no longer approved to negotiate that.
So what is Senate Bill 5 really all about? Senate Bill 5 limits collective bargaining rights for public employees, which includes police officers, firefighters, and teachers. Total, about 350,000 workers would be affected in Ohio by this bill. It limits the amount of sick leave and vacation time the employees are allotted. The revised version of Senate Bill 5 bans public strikes and allows for fines and jail time for walkouts. Workers can negotiate wages, hours, and safety conditions, but still no benefits. Health insurance would also likely increase. Since workers will be paying more for insurance and collective bargaining would be cut, the state could save as much as $1.3 billion. However, employees will be feeling those pay cuts. Will people lose interest in public fields because they are losing rights as union members? I asked the same education majors what they think Senate Bill 5 will do to career interest in public fields.
The passing of this bill will not only affect teachers, but also jobs like firefighters and police officers, people who protect our country each and every day. With Senate Bill 5 in effect, many people choose not to go into these fields, which will greatly affect society. We wouldn't have the necessary protection when there is an emergency, and I can't imagine what my life would be like without people holding jobs in law enforcement.
They may look for alternatives, depending on how difficult this bill makes these public jobs. But if they have their hearts and minds set on, like being a teacher, for example, or a police officer, firefighter, or insert public job here, I think that they will still do it. They may end up, being a junior in college, working towards a major that will get them a public job, and find out all these hardships that come along due to Senate Bill 5, and they'll want to change, but it'll kind of be too late.
Honestly, in my opinion, I think it's going to be more of people second-guessing going to the state police, so state troopers. You're going to have more people trying to get police jobs at local levels, city levels, smaller levels that aren't affected by Senate Bill 5. The other one that I think will be affected is teaching, especially people who are uneducated about Senate Bill 5 will automatically jump off of the idea of teaching.
So, will it affect it? Of course it will affect it.
How is Senate Bill 5 going to affect these future teachers?
This bill will greatly affect my future career as a teacher. I may lose rights that are important to have, and if this bill is passed, I may eventually lose my job.
Mainly, I can feel wages going down, because that was one of the things that I read. I know I know the bill will be taking away our collective bargaining rights on wages.
I'm going to continue teaching. I'm not leaving now. I really, really want to teach. I really think I can do some good in the world through teaching. I think it will affect me, just in the fact with the healthcare benefits, which is my big worry due to the fact I have type 1 diabetes, so insulin, it's really expensive to do that, especially without insurance.
The unions would, and without being able to strike, I may not be able to completely speak my opinion, because I would have, if I'm being treated unfairly, then I can't strike against it, so I just have to learn to deal with it.
Some of the 350,000 workers that will be affected by Senate Bill 5 just happen to be firefighters, police officers, and of course, teachers. What will happen if career interests do dwindle for public employees? What will that mean for our students, those that will be next in line to run our country? Could the possibility of schools closing actually become a reality? We need to rethink Senate Bill 5 for our future.